Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA, gateway to the 7 theme lands of the Magic Kingdom.
Welcome aboard the Monday Morning Monorail Podcast. This is Justin Monorail, and I am coming to you from a jam-packed monorail train. We've got so many monorail family members with us today that I feel like we're violating social distancing rules, but it is virtual, so we're safe for the most part. Except for these stinky kids in the room with me right here. But I'm going to start by introducing all our virtual guests, and then we'll get to the regulars after that. Let us begin by introducing, ladies first, the one, the only, Allison Monorail. Allison, welcome back. How's it going?
I'm good. How's it going, everyone?
It's good. It's good. Hope you're staying safe and keeping yourself indoors, except you weren't today because you were out playing golf, but that's okay.
I miss you.
Thank you, Sam.
It's so sad. This is so hard.
I know. I can't wait to be there.
I know.
Be home. My home away from home.
Yep. Yeah, it is a tough time, but it is nice that we have these tools and we can connect virtually and at least see each other for now. I know, that was easy for me to say, right? Garrett's giving me a look. Off to a great start. Number 2 on the introduction list is the one and only Nick Salcedo-Monorail. Nick, welcome to the Monorail.
Hey, Monorails. Good to be back. Good to be with everybody. And now I get to finally meet and talk with Allison and also Landon. This is a nice little privilege we got. I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. We're so glad to have you back. You know, this is your monthly segment, this show today, exactly 4 shows ago, or I guess 3, I don't know. Do the math yourself. We kicked off our Ask a Disney Travel Agent Anything kind of a segment, and that was a very fun show, and so that was going to be the show today, but instead we decided to basically build on the show that we did last month, where Allison herself submitted a question that we were like, that question is just too big for one show. And so we decided we had to bring the team together and answer it in one big epic extravaganza, so here we are. But before we start to answer that question, I have another virtual member of the Monorail to introduce, and that is, of course, the one who won't take the last name, even though we've tried to give it to him. Landon the Dawes Doane. Landon, welcome back to the Monorail.
Absolutely not. When you have this brand name recognition, why would you? Coming live from the isolation station of love. What's up, everybody?
Landon, very good to have you. This is a 4-state epic extravaganza.
It is.
Yeah. We've got representatives from all over the eastern seaboard on board today. So
I would say don't do math on a podcast, but I guess doing geography on a podcast,
yeah,
kind of okay.
Just doing words is hard right now.
It
Words
is.
are
It really
hard.
is. I'm going to blame bandwidth issues, even though that doesn't really make sense, but I'm going to go with it.
I'm blaming social distancing. It's so hard to talk to people, and I mean, words get hard when you can't speak.
it's
kind
true.
of a lost art right now.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, Allison. It is definitely social distancing's fault.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you get a phone call and it's your first phone call of the day, and you just like, as soon as it starts ringing, you're like, I haven't even spoken today. Like, what's my voice going to sound like? That's what this is right now. Mm-hmm. Because we're not talking to anybody. We don't even talk to each other while we're in the house.
Not usually.
All right, let's introduce the family here in the room. Let's start with the one sitting across from me giving me an evil look. Who are you?
I don't know.
You didn't come up with a fun name for today?
I've been thinking about it. I don't know who I am.
Identity crisis.
It's getting to me. This is all getting to me. Who
is.
am I?
You're McKenna Monorail.
I'm having to face the man in the mirror.
So she's Michael Jackson?
I'm Michael Jackson.
Hee.
Thank you.
I don't know if you want to thank me for that, but sure, okay, we'll roll with it.
Sitting beside Michael Jackson.
No, definitely not sitting beside Michael Jackson. That is not happening.
Oh man, this is going downhill already.
As I was saying, I am high ping chicken nugget because of the bandwidth issues.
High pink chicken. And who are you? The very last but not least member of the monorail.
Well, I'm kind of the chef right now. The Muppet chef? No, I meant Chef Morimoto.
So your name is kind of the chef right now?
It is.
His name is not the Muppet Chef. His name is the Swedish Chef. And in Sweden, his name is he?
I think he's the Norwegian chef in Sweden.
That's great.
Well, anyways, I am cooking Chef Morimoto ribs while we're chatting tonight.
That's right.
I'm coming over.
God, yeah, seriously, I was about to say, yeah, we like we need to figure out how to get there for that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'll break social distancing for that.
Yeah.
It smells awesome. And I tasted the sauce that I'm going to put on the ribs when they're done, and it tastes pretty daggone good.
I'm excited. Can't wait. It's not Nomad Lounge ribs, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, but otherwise I'm known as Samantha Monorail.
Samantha Monorail.
Man, if we could have like the whole Nomad Lounge menu just in our house,
If we could have Nomad Lounge in our house.
that would be great.
That would be good.
Ooh,
I would
Yeah.
never y'all's house.
Yeah, I was gonna say that that joke of the spare room being the Landon room, that wouldn't be a joke.
If we could have the entire animal kingdom in our house.
Even better. Yeah.
maybe in our neighborhood. The house, I'm not so sure.
I feel like we need to take, Disney territories. My territory is Spaceship Earth.
That's a territory?
It's mine.
That's small. I would take all of Animal
Disney
Kingdom.
into ganglands. This is amazing.
Epcot's mine.
Whenever
and
everyone
I'll share
goes
it
back-
with Allison and you
Yes.
guys occasionally.
Whenever everyone goes back, there's just going to be like a few people. We're going to have to like break it apart into sections.
We're starting a new society.
Social distancing, it only allows one family into World Showcase at a time.
Oh,
That'd be kind of fun.
Ooh, all right. Well, as part of the extended family, I'm all right with this.
yes, yes. You're all
I call
invited.
dibs on Bartertown.
Yep. Well, you might be asking yourself, what is the meaning of this gathering today? Well, I'm here to tell you. As I mentioned earlier, Allison asked a question that we started to answer. And actually, Nick did a very good job of answering this question in a speed round kind of a way. But it felt like the question was just too big to answer without giving it its own breathing room and giving it kind of a whole show treatment. So that is exactly what we're doing today. And that question was, what is the best resort? What are you doing?
I can't even stand it. You keep saying question, and all I can think about is Forky right now.
Could you not think of Forky for 5 minutes?
I don't know. I had to do it. I love that guy. Okay, I'm done.
I didn't cue you in with Forky ask a question.
No, you are not picking up on my signals.
I'm sorry.
Forky. Done. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. The question was, again, if you're not going to breathe a huge, heaving sigh over there while I say it, hold your breath.
Go ahead.
The question was, what is your favorite? We're going with favorite resort in each
Period?
category of Disney resort and why.
I just do that.
It would be great if I could say something without getting interrupted or talked over on this episode, but I feel like that's going to be a challenge.
What are you even talking about? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We're perfect. We've been doing this for 2 years.
Who
guys.
are you people?
2 years.
104 episodes, ladies and gentlemen.
We
Good
suck
grief.
at this.
All right. Anyway. Period. So here we are.
I'm just going to make you edit. It's fine. You're going to
It's
be a
going to be
producer
one
this
big
time.
edit.
Oh, really?
Episode number 103 of the Monday Morning Monorail Podcast. It's April the 13th, and we're going to do this thing. So let's get started.
Wait, we're starting over?
No, we're just going to start talking about the subject of the show.
Just making sure. All right.
What was my prediction, by the way, for how long this was going to take? 20 minutes? Well, we're at 10, so...
9 hours?
It's gonna be like whenever we first got Frank and Jen on the show, and it lasted like 10 hours.
That took forever.
I blame them. I blame them for that. They tangent.
Well, we can still blame Jen and Frank for
This is
this.
Jen and
I
Frank's
agree.
fault.
It's definitely their fault.
Yeah,
See? All right.
I agree.
100%. All right.
Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
What we're going to do is we're going to go category by category. We're going to start value, work our way up to deluxe. And we're basically just going to kind of round table the discussion. So we'll have somebody kick off the discussion, and then if others have other suggestions for their favorite in that category, then they'll throw those in after that. If we agree, then we can agree, and we'll just pile on with our reasoning for why. And who knows? Do you think it's possible in one of these categories we're all going to agree on one resort? I don't think so.
Maybe.
I don't think we will.
I think there's going to be one category where everybody.
I also think there's gonna be one.
Maybe the value.
Yep.
We'll see. All right, let's find out. So let's get started with value. So Allison, we drew straws in the beginning to see who would get to kick off each one of these categories. You gave a resounding I don't care, and you ended up with value resorts. So let's start the discussion there. What is your favorite value resort and why?
My favorite value is Pop Century.
Oh, never
Super
mind.
modern with all the renovations. Pedals pool bar, amazing. And they have the Skyliner now.
It's true.
Oh, and tie-dye cheesecake. Can't forget that cheesecake.
Ooh, never forget the cheesecake. Yeah.
So what does tie-dye cheesecake taste like? Like, I've never had it.
It tastes like really processed cheesecake.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm all right with that.
It's kind of chocolatey, but yeah.
Isn't that...
Okay.
Did I try that, or did I skip it?
You tried it.
Yeah.
I got one, and we split it, and I think we all agreed it was fine.
It wasn't great.
A resounding, it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Pop Century. So that shocked Garrett because he thought
I thought we were all
going to agree.
Agree, yeah.
Yeah. So
What were you thinking, Garrett?
Art of Animation.
Yep.
I was going to go that route as well. So yeah, that was a little bit of a surprise for me.
I didn't even, like, when we first stayed there, I did not know it was value.
well,
I
it's,
also didn't know what categories existed.
yeah.
so.
When we stayed there, there was no Skyliner, but it's always kind of been considered value plus because it's a little step up. But this was pre Pop Century renovation. But it does have the big blue pool. What are your reasons for why it's your favorite, though?
Well, passing through the Lion King area was always great because I love Lion King.
Yeah.
And I love the theming and the just like how every section has like that, all the stuff in the middle. Like how the Cars pool is super themed like Cars.
The Cozy Cone Motel.
Yeah. And I love animation anyways, so
Yeah.
it's kind of my thing. The one thing I don't like about it, though, is that Can You Feel Love Tonight plays every single night. Every time you come back to the resort.
I think that's just bad timing on our part.
So what Garrett is saying, he cannot feel the love.
He's not feeling the love. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, plus the Nemo pool with its music underwater.
Yep. The big blue pool.
Yeah, that big blue pool is cool, and that comes from somebody who, like, my body is like, no, you cannot go underwater just because of my ears. Like I can still appreciate that pool. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Because I think for the amenities alone, the Art of Animation for that value category, I mean, that's enough to draw anybody to that one with the big blue pool and the landscapes of flavors, their food court. They have a lot of different things in there for, any palette of all your kids, traveling party and everything. It's a good resort.
Yeah. I'm gonna
The
say
lobby smells good.
the lobby does smell good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I actually surprised myself when I was thinking about this earlier today because I would have picked Pop Century too. And the reason for that is you can typically get a lower price on the rooms at Pop Century. And since they've remodeled them, I really like those renovated rooms. And if you go with like the base room at Art of Animation, the Little Mermaid rooms, the ones that I don't know if they're renovating those, I think they might be, but if they're not renovated, those rooms are kind of showing their age. And I'm just not a huge fan of the Little Mermaid rooms anymore.
Well, you don't want to be a full-grown man taking a shower in a Little Mermaid.
Actually, like, it's not the theming, really. Honestly, it's just, to me, they do look like a little worn, and they need to be updated. And I think they.
I'll be honest, I dug it. I was just curious.
Yeah, I think they are updating them. But when we stayed at Pop Century, we got one of the updated rooms, and I loved it.
It was pretty nice.
It was super efficient. It was very functional. I liked the layout of Pop Century quite a bit. And now I will say I think Art of Animation for me gets the nod for food court, particularly because when we stayed at Pop Century, I realized they didn't have the option of getting root beer, but you could at Art of Animation, which I'm a root beer fan. So
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, so that kind of made me sad, but
it's the little things.
It is the little things, but I think overall, I mean, I liked the Hippy Dippy pool. The Pedals bar is nice. Yeah, I think I would go Pop Century if I had to pick one. Any other thoughts from anyone on the values? No votes for All-Star?
No.
I was going to get in there for sports, y'all. You know, sports. Sports.
What are sports?
What's a sport?
Not going on right now.
I will chime in. The only thing that I would have to say, us being a family of 5 now, thinking about going down there, I love Art of Animation. Those Little Mermaid rooms, as far as our family of 5, we can't fit in there. So now we're looking at either going for those family suites or All-Star Music. They have the 5th sleeper, so we can fit all the kids in there. So if people are concerned about going down there and they are family of 5 or more, I mean, then you're looking at Art of Animation, those family suites, or All-Star Music with the 5th sleeper room. So those are big considerations there if their travel party's a little bigger.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
The Art of Animation family suite rooms are typically almost priced at like a moderate price point.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I think about. Like, if you're staying at Art of Animation and you want the value price, you really got to go like the Little Mermaid rooms. But like you said, like, it could just be a matter of space. And maybe you've got to go. They're nice. They're super nice, those family suites. Yeah. But they come at a premium, I would say. Mm-hmm. Did you have anything that you wanted to add for any of the values, Sam?
Well, a long time ago, Garrett said that he didn't even realize that Art of Animation was a value resort. Mm-hmm. And I'd just like to tell all the parents, save your money and start them out at a value resort, because then they don't realize that they've been at a value resort.
And then if you like ever upgrade to like moderate or deluxe, it's even better. Because they didn't know this kind of resort existed.
You know, you could kind of like, grow your category choice with your family, because the values definitely provide that Disney theming like throughout, and when, what we may talk about when we get up to moderate and deluxes is they're Disney resorts and they feel like Disney resorts, but they don't have larger than life, Woody or, any of the characters.
Or Play-Doh. Yeah. That's my favorite Disney character.
Play-Doh. Or the big icons, like bowling pin staircases. It's cool. It's cool stuff.
What's McKenna's favorite?
Art of Animation.
She said Art of Animation.
Oh, I didn't even hear
because when did we stay at Pop Century?
We did.
Yes.
When we stayed there, I walked to Art of Animation because they have Mellow Yellow there, and they don't have it at Pop.
Oh, they got Mellow Yellow and root beer.
Once again, the little thing.
And I felt really upset having to walk all the way over there because I wanted a Mellow Yellow.
Yeah. I guess it is nice, though, to note that like they're just crossing that generation gap bridge where they've got the station for the Skyliner. Like, if you do want to get some variety and maybe you feel like, I want to stay Pop Century, but I'd like to go to Landscape of Flavors. It's not
that bad.
It's not a bad walk to go over to the lobby.
One thing that I prefer, one reason I prefer Art of Animation is whenever we went to Pop Century, I really wanted to swim.
Yeah.
And the pool kept being closed.
Well,
because of storms. It's not their fault, but like it's influencing.
Yeah.
It's like a bias thing.
That's true.
Because I got to swim a lot in Art of Animation.
Yeah, it was not Pop Century's fault that thunderstorms were coming through, but
Disney can't control that, despite what you think or hear on the internet.
They wish they could control the weather, but
It's just like why I had a better experience
Yeah.
at Art of Animation.
yeah, definitely. All right. Shall we move on to moderate then? Looks like we should.
Sure, I guess so. That's the one that I'm kicking off.
Yeah, Landon, let's talk about
this
moderates.
is a pick that I have not stayed at, and I'll be completely honest. The moderate resorts kind of feel lacking when compared to the deluxe and the even, I guess, more affordable options. But for whatever reason, like none of them grabbed me. But if I was to champion one, which I guess I am championing one right now, I'm going to go Port Orleans French Quarter because I dig the aesthetic. It has a very cool, I feel, unique feel. Maybe not as like iconic as, say, like a Poly or something like that, but I dig the feel of it. If you want some, I guess, entertainment, food, and beverages, you got Scat Cats. Those beignets, I hear, are pretty on point. This isn't a unique experience to this resort. This is across all Disney resorts. But I want to point it out, I like the fact that they have movie under the stars options. So if for whatever reason you and your family don't want to, spend the evening in the park, you can just kind of chill for a little bit, just have a slow evening, kind of recover, maybe recoup for the next day. And then this is a very cool, unique experience, boat rides to Disney Springs. And I dig that because I think at this point, Disney Springs is one of the perks of going down to Walt Disney World. It's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, everybody loves all the parks, but there's a lot of unique dining and shopping experiences. And heck, if you want to throw in the Void, I guess virtual reality experiences at Disney Springs and being that close is cool. And plus you get to go on a boat. So Port Orleans, French Quarter, and the defense rests.
Very good. No, that's a very good argument. And I feel like there might be some people that agree with that. Anybody on board with French Quarter?
I mean, I want beignets with Fireball in them.
Yeah.
Those beignets do look really good.
They do look good.
They're so good. Oh, man. Especially with the alcohol.
Yeah.
Always a good option.
I kind of am leaning toward Coronado Springs, though. I've never stayed there, but I think the restaurants look really good. It's a really pretty place. I haven't even been in there. I just saw a video of it, and I think I'd like to go there. I'd like to try their food. And so that's kind of what I'm leaning toward if I'm going moderate.
Yeah. I mean,
I almost went that route, actually, for the food specifically and the aesthetic. I thought it looked cool. Again,
Yeah.
never stayed there.
We've heard very good things about Three Bridges. A lot of good reports on Three Bridges.
There's Bo, there's Jeff, there's...
All good bridges.
I'll think of the third one. Please continue.
This is the second time Jeff Bridges has come up tonight. But also the Grand Destino Tower is beautiful. Like, for me, I think the only thing that takes away from Coronado in my mind is it's so large. I think that if you weren't close to the Grand Destino or staying in the tower, there might be a lot of walking. I think they do have an internal shuttle to get you around, which is good. But also, its only transportation option is buses.
I'm okay with that because I like parking my car and then being able to get in my car and leave.
Yeah. I mean, if you're driving, that's another thing, But
yeah, and I would drive. I would definitely drive.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Any other votes for Coronado?
I agree with everything that you guys were saying. And I think the moderate category, that's the hardest one for me to pick a favorite. I do like all of them for entirely different reasons. I think one of the ones that we really enjoy staying at is Port Orleans, not French Quarter, the other one that's slightly
Riverside.
Riverside.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, it's just the feel of that resort. It seems more, I don't know if you want to call it like luxurious and just kind of open a little bit more than French Quarter. French Quarter to me seems a little smaller, but I mean, both of those are still really good. We had the option, we stood at Coronado last time we were there. The Gran Destino Tower, phenomenal. If you ever get the chance to go there, just that tower alone, I mean, like you guys were saying, if you can get a room that's close to that, I mean, it's a really good experience. What they did, upgrading that, putting in the tower, upgrading the resort. Now you have so many different food offerings, the rooftop bars, rooftop restaurants. You get to see, all Epcot and Hollywood Studios, their fireworks, nighttime shows. I mean, they really stepped up their game at Coronado, and it was hard for me to pick between those two, but it was either Riverside or Coronado Springs.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I've been struggling myself quite a bit on which way I want to go. I think I've decided, but Garrett, what was your opinion on the moderates?
I mean, I've stayed at none of them.
Right.
And don't know much about any of them.
We did virtual tours of them today. We watched a lot of tours of the moderate resorts on YouTube.
I was also playing video games throughout all of them, so...
You can do two things at once. It's cool, dude. I get it.
Well, just based on the videos, like, if you were going to pick one...
I would say Caribbean Beach, and that might be a little bit because it has pirate rooms, and I love pirate stuff.
Yeah.
But also it has the Skyliner.
Skyliner access, for sure. It is the hub.
The pools are... that one pool that we saw, those pools are really cool.
Yeah.
And it has those beaches.
Yeah, the pool gives you the sense of... It reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. It looks like a little, like, rundown kind of Spanish fortress kind of town.
Yeah.
And it has a little pirate ship playground, which you're too big to play on now. But that Caribbean Key, that is such a nice little unique feature of Caribbean Beach. I like that you can go over there, find a hammock, and just kind of relax for a while. I mean, my pick would be Caribbean Beach, for sure. Mostly for the Skyliner, but also Sebastian's Bistro. And I think it's cool. I like the aesthetic. I like that Caribbean aesthetic.
Caribbean or Caribbean?
Both. It's both.
It's Caribbean mostly.
I say so. The reason I get twisted on it is because on the Skyliner they say Caribbean Beach,
but they say Caribbean Queen.
and I would always say Caribbean. What would I say? Caribbean Beach. That's what I want to say.
It's definitely Pirates of the Caribbean, though.
It is Pirates of the Caribbean.
I thought it was Pirates of the Carabiners.
Yeah, it is that too.
You know, them like hook things that people used to climb with.
Hook was in the Caribbean, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Captain Hook has one of those things on his hand.
He is a Carabiner.
He is a pirate.
Yeah. Allison, did you voice your vote one way or another on this one?
It's so hard for me to pick. I like Caribbean Beach because that's where Sam and I met for the first time ever.
Oh, it's true.
But also, like, Port Orleans Riverside brings back memories from my childhood because that's where we always stayed because there were 5 of us. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I also love French Quarter because of the beignets. It's just, it's difficult.
You look really good.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Nick was saying. Like, they all have some very good positives that would lead you to picking them, and it's tough. It's just kind of what you're in the mood for, your own personal taste, I guess. I will say one thing about Caribbean Beach. I feel like if you weren't in the villages that are closest to Old Port Royal or the Skyliner, you could be very far away from, like, all that stuff. That would be a big negative, having to walk. But if you were right there, and I don't know I can't recommend which villages they are, but they're all themed after islands. But one of them is, like, right there by the Skyliner. Like, you could step out of your room, go across the street, and you'd be able to get on the Skyliner. That would be amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Be very cool.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty okay.
Yeah. So, plus they've got a Joffrey's for the Skyliner, too. Why are you pointing at McKenna?
Because, did she say?
Did you say for sure?
No.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I think it's Caribbean Beach, but it's only because the coffee at the Skyliner, the Toffee Skyliner coffee, and I like that it kind of looks like a really fancy motel.
Okay.
Because it's got 2 floors.
Yeah.
And the doors are like, it looks like a fancy motel.
Okay.
And that's why I like it.
Okay.
All right.
We all have our reasons. Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. That's it.
Good reason.
Thank you.
So, did we name all of them? Or I guess we missed one thing we didn't mention is in the value category. I guess they also consider like the campsites at Fort Wilderness, and then also in moderate they consider the cabins at Fort Wilderness. I don't know if those really should count, but they are in those categories.
Well, Fort Wilderness Lodge has a really good place to go get drinks.
You're talking about Wilderness Lodge.
Oh, well, it's the same. It's the same
It's
in my
not
mind.
the same.
It's not.
You
The
combine.
names are also similar.
It was a mashup.
Whatever.
Well, shout out to thems.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We covered moderate. I think we are ready for the big show. Let's talk deluxe resorts. And to start the discussion, yes, the big show.
Dollar bills.
To start that discussion, Nick is going to kick us off. Nick, what is your favorite deluxe resort?
All right, so favorite deluxe resort, it's our home away from home for so many different reasons: transportation, ease of getting from that resort to Magic Kingdom and Epcot, not only via the monorail, but boats. You also have the option for taking the buses. You can watch Magic Kingdom fireworks from the beaches of this resort. The feels of the resort, the luxurious feels, the smells of the lobby, all the different food offerings and amenities, from everything from Captain Cook's, where you can get the cheap version of the Tonga toast, from Kona Cafe, where you can get a phenomenal sushi meal, as well as breakfast, a coffee. And then you've got Ohana's for breakfast, character meal with Lilo and Stitch. And then you've got the dinner shows there. I'd have to go with the Polynesian. That is my absolute favorite resort to be at,
Wow.
especially at that category.
Awesome.
Whatever.
Man, what a sell job.
It is very hard picking a deluxe resort, but if I really had to pick, it would definitely be the Polynesian also.
That's what I picked too. Yeah. Yeah. For everything that Nick said and way more eloquently than I could, but man, what a cool place! Like an iconic feel, like Walt Disney World. When I think of like the place to stay when you go down there, it's the Poly. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, shout out to the Contemporary, you're cool and everything, but man, Polynesian, that is what's up. I just love that place from the look of it, from the smell of it. Sorry, Sam, you really can't enjoy that. From the drinks and food, the fireworks, yeah, everything. Like Poly's just awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and we
great.
forgot Trader Sam's. You can't forget
How
Trader
did
Sam's.
we forget Trader Sam's? Like, I literally have two of the pearl cups sitting in my foyer with the light up ice cubes next to my front door.
I give everyone that the Poly feels like a little more laid back. I mean, when you go to the Contemporary, it's not as like fun. You're not. I mean, it's fun, but it's not like walking around with a bunch of people everywhere who are just kind of lounging and drinking. And like the Contemporary seems a little more stuffy, but I feel like the Polynesian is poison.
Well, I mean, like for you, it kind of is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
For someone with a pineapple allergy, it's a bit dangerous, but it is, out of the deluxe, one of the only. I mean, I guess it's the only deluxe resort you can get Dole Whip outside the park.
Dole Whip at it.
Yeah.
I can't eat
It
that.
has, right next to the big Dole Whip thing, it has a big volcano.
Yeah, the volcano pool
That's
is
so
awesome.
cool.
It is awesome.
And it's
Change
like,
your
even though I
mindset.
kind of poo-pooed on Contemporary, it is a cool place to stay. I mean, it is. I mean, like, the thought of staying there, going down there, getting on a monorail, and heading to the Magic Kingdom, like, that just puts a smile on my face. And plus, it has Chef Mickey. So, I mean, like, but at the same time, it does kind of feel like a convention center. So.
It does.
It feels a lot like a convention center.
Yeah, I was actually going to say it feels like a terminal or something. Like it just.
It feels like I should be lining up to go to like watch the cast of Chuck at Dragon Con.
yeah, it
Now,
does.
if you guys can with the Contemporary, if you can go over to Bay Lake Tower,
Yeah.
I feel like it's got a completely different feel to it. 'Cause, yeah, I get that the contemporary is a little stuffy, a little convention-like, but Bay Lake Tower it's a whole lot different.
Okay.
And then plus you got the California Grill, and also I'm blanking on the name, but that bar at the top of
Top
Bay
of the
Lake
World.
Tower. I mean, those things are awesome.
Well,
Yeah, that is amazing.
you got to be a DVC member to get to the Top of the World Lounge.
Yeah.
Not all of us can go there, you jerks.
I couldn't really
So-
experience the feel of that place because the whole time I was in it, it was like on the side of my screen, it was like objective survive, because I thought I was in complete
you weren't
danger
supposed to
because
be
I
there,
was
they were
not
gonna
supposed to
kick
be
you out.
there.
Yeah, Garrett and McKenna did some exploring at Bay Lake Tower.
Yeah, we did a lot of exploring around the Contemporary and went on a floor which we were not allowed on.
Oh yeah, we went onto a floor and went past a sign that
said, "Do
"Don't
not go past this
sign." So
I don't know if you want to be admitting to this because this is going to be broadcasted.
It's okay. We turned around.
Okay.
Y'all
yeah.
he listens, right?
They do.
They do
definitely-
listen, yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that, Disney? They turned around.
We turned around. It's okay.
I have my favorite.
What's your favorite?
Like, this is the place I really, really want to stay.
Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yes.
That's my
that's
favorite.
my second favorite.
I understand that the travel to the parks isn't as great as the other ones because it is pretty far out. But, oh my gosh, I really want to stay in a room where I can go on my balcony and watch, like, animals walk by. And then when we ate at Sanaa, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the food is amazing. I want to go to every restaurant there. The bread service was really good at Sanaa. We sat right beside a window, and there were animals walking around right there.
Looking at us, giving us the guilt trip for eating meat.
Yeah, I know. McKenna was like biting off of her leg of lamb in their face,
And McKenna probably asked, like, did you know this guy?
But I don't know. I mean, it's so much fun being like in kind of an environment that it's Disney, but it doesn't feel so Disney because it's so natural, you know?
With that one, I kind of disagree. I feel like it just feels like you're in Animal Kingdom. Looking
I
at
love
that
it.
video,
It's very Animal
It
Kingdom,
just
yeah.
is Animal Kingdom.
But even Animal Kingdom isn't overly Disney. Like, it is, but it isn't. You know what I'm saying?
Watch it. I feel like you're giving Frank and Jen ammunition here.
Yeah, I disagree. Whenever I think of Disney, I think of Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom.
Well, no, I mean, but it's a natural Disney. Like, it's natural Disney. It's not... It's
I just
not,
want to point out
like-
Disney nature is a thing.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
love
Disney-
it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying Animal Kingdom is not Disney. It is totally Disney. It's
I think
super
you said
Disney. But it doesn't feel like cartoony Disney,
Right.
is what
It
I
is.
mean.
It's a different...
It's not
Well-
Mickey.
Right. And that's kind of what I was saying about, like, as we were going through these categories, I think Disney feel manifests itself in different ways in the different resorts. Like, when you're talking about art of animation, it literally manifests itself in larger than life characters. But when you go somewhere like the Polynesian, it's just so immersive and so relaxing and so magical that is how Disney manifests itself in that place.
Yeah.
You don't have a big, Lady and the Tramp, standing out in the gardens or anything, but you don't need it.
You do always have hidden Mickeys.
There are hidden Mickeys usually
But those
everywhere
are
you go.
awesome.
Yeah, those are fun to find.
Yeah. Okay, so yours is the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and you said that was
Well,
yours.
mine's between the Animal Kingdom Lodge and Wilderness
Okay.
because
That
I
one-
love Wilderness.
I really, really want to stay at, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, and it feels both really busy and active, but also very, very quiet.
You can get away a little bit.
It's weird. It's a weird feeling in there, and I love it.
I think it's a little
End of
strange that I
sentence.
all my top 3 are all like nature themed, and I don't like going outside that much.
That's a bit ironic. Yeah. I would agree. Allison, what is your favorite deluxe?
It's a tie between the Polynesian and the Boardwalk. And I just love the Boardwalk because of the actual boardwalk. There's Ample Hills, there's Jelly Rolls, there's Atlantic Dance Hall. I mean, getting a room that overlooks the boardwalk is just wonderful.
Yeah.
I almost ended up picking Boardwalk because when my family, when I was younger, we went down there and stayed at the Boardwalk. And everything you said, that is such a great place to stay, even way back then. And oh, by the way, you can head to Hollywood Studio in a daggum boat. That's so cool.
Yeah. Or
like immediately there too.
And you're in the World Showcase and you can go have a drink at the Rose and Crown.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't do that because I was like 12 at the time. Yeah, absolutely. No.
Allison, what's the name of that place that we went and danced at where we were sweating it out with some old guys?
The Atlantic Dance Hall. That was amazing. I love it there.
It was so much fun. We walked in and there were like 70 pluses everywhere. We were like, this is our jam. And then these guys who were obviously a couple thought we were hitting on them. And we were like, no, we just think you have good moves.
We like watching y'all dance. Y'all are fun. And we're dancing next to y'all and also having fun.
It was really funny. We had a good time.
We did.
We've walked down quite a memory lane of, your history with Allison tonight.
We're building a history.
That's a Sarah McLachlan song. Building a history.
No, that's mystery.
I know, you're right.
Yeah.
But that was my parody, so I won't get sued.
Oh, okay. Good idea.
Yeah. Okay. So, McKenna, did you really pick one, or are you just going to split and say it's between Wilderness and Animal Kingdom?
Staying in between.
Okay. I haven't said mine.
Coward.
And
You're the coward.
pick one, McKenna. You're on the hot seat. You got to do
No, never.
it. Okay.
Awesome.
She is sticking to her indecisiveness.
Yeah. That's fine.
I'm decisive about being indecisive.
I will allow it. But it's hard because there are a lot of really good choices. So I think that for forever, my answer to this question has been the same. And it's because I stayed there as a child. I have wonderful memories. It felt like a very magical experience staying
Can I guess
there.
it?
Hold on, let me do my build up.
I'm gonna guess it.
Is it the Hojo? It's the Hojo, isn't it?
Yes.
And it has changed a little bit over the years. There have been some things that used to have this really big arcade that I don't know what they changed it into, and I can't even remember what it was called, but I can remember like spending a ton of time there and thinking it was a really, really good arcade. And it has character dining that I love. What are you guessing? What do you think?
Contemporary.
That's the one that I would have said.
Are you
Because up until very recently, that was always my favorite deluxe resort. But I had a very honest discussion with myself this morning, and I was thinking, if it didn't have the monorail going right through the middle of it, would that be my favorite deluxe resort? And the answer is no.
Yeah, the monorail plays a big part.
The monorail's a huge piece of it. I do love that Grand Canyon concourse. I love the California Grill. There's a lot of really good things to say about it. But it's not my favorite anymore.
You made a fool out of me. I don't like you.
You were right, but that's not my choice.
I'm right, but I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Grand Floridian?
No,
It is now the Grand... No, it's not the Grand Floridian.
Oh, I thought you did.
That's never stayed
No,
there.
the answer, like McKenna guessed it. The answer I was going to say...
That's not
was
the answer,
was
though,
the
so
contemporary.
I'm wrong.
Now he's going Polly.
Yeah, it's going Polly.
Oh.
My current answer, because this is subject to change, is the Wilderness Lodge.
Shut up. It is not.
Wow.
You told me, you were like, I'm sorry you may die, but I really want to stay at the Paul.
I do want to stay there.
Hey,
I
also
love it
said-
for all the reasons that everybody has said.
I also said that the Wilderness Lodge, I really want to stay at, but it isn't my favorite.
But here's...
Geyser
Wanting to
Point.
stay at something doesn't mean it's your favorite.
Geyser Point, by the way, Geyser Point is one of the biggest reasons I love
so
that place.
awesome.
It's one of my favorite lounges in all of Disney. It's amazing. I love the pool area with the waterfall coming down kind of in that courtyard of the back of the
It
hotel.
also has, what is it? Copper Creek
Villas.
I love
which
that.
is what our home will be when we get DVC.
That's right.
I love that it has animal prints.
Yeah,
as
animal
you're
prints in
walking
the
through.
sidewalk. The
Doesn't that have that
lobby,
big thing in the lobby.
the lobby with the big fireplace is
Yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah, so many good things. And now it has storybook dining, which I think sounds really cool. I want to do it. I want to meet the evil queen. You look like you're disappointed with my answer, Sam.
No, I'm not. I was just thinking, like, yeah, like Animal Kingdom is like the resort that I think is my favorite. But I was just thinking, I really want to do Chef's Table and spend the night at Grand Floridian, and I want to wear a giant ball gown.
The look that she get, oh my God, wow, she lit up like a Christmas tree. I wish you, the listener, could see that. Man. So Jay, that has to happen now.
I want to be a princess. I want to be treated like the princess of the evening, and I want to walk around in my gown, and
I better go without me. I'm the princess of the evening, always and forever.
You're not invited then.
Good.
On my evening.
I'm gonna go early and do the tea party.
No, you're not, because I'm already there.
Nope. If I'm there, then you can't be a princess.
No, I am the princess.
So she's the queen.
Yes, I'm the
There
queen.
you
You're
go.
the evil queen.
No.
Wow,
Unless
these
I-
are really good reasons to like Wilderness Lodge.
Whatever, Garrett.
Yeah. Also, by the way,
Oh man.
Geyser Point's a great place to watch the electrical water pageant.
It is.
And Wilderness Lodge makes me think of all the Lincoln log houses I used to build, because it looks like one.
Fun fact about Lincoln logs, they were made to look like cabins.
I know.
And there you go.
I also love cabins, which is also a reason I like Wilderness Lodge.
Yep.
Because cabins are like one of my favorite things.
We're breaking some
I love
ground
the
here.
theming to like just the rustic theming.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy Garrett flannel.
He would love it. He said he wanted to wear
I
flannel.
like
I'm
flannel.
going to buy it. Good.
Green.
Down in Florida, you'll get a lot of use out of it.
Yeah.
We're covering some really important stuff here.
Yeah. So, now, did we have any honorable mentions that we wanted to cover in any of the categories? We didn't really talk
No.
about the yacht and beach club at all. I think
Because
that
none of us own a yacht or a beach.
Agreed.
Speak for yourself.
Next.
I own a beach.
I mean, the Ellen Compass Lounge and the restaurant, it's really, really good. Got a great breakfast buffet, but never stayed there.
Yeah, because
I'm down for
we've never stayed there either. But I think the beach club, we always find a reason to go over to the boardwalk and then Beaches and Cream. That's a good place just to get some ice cream. We've never had the opportunity to sit down for a meal there as of yet. And also the pool. I mean, that's a reason in itself to check out the Yacht and Beach Club. It's the only pool. It's the largest pool on Disney property, as well as one that has the sandy bottom to it.
we may have lost Nick mid discussion of sandy bottoms.
I was going to tell Nick.
And he's back.
Oh, there he is.
I was going to tell Nick you
go.
can actually
Take
go
it
to
back.
Beaches and
We're here.
Cream now. Because they made it bigger.
That's true. It's easier to get a reservation at Beaches and Cream, but it's a little less magical than it used to be.
No, it's still magical.
It's a little less. A little less.
Just
They,
don't eat
they
the
have
food.
beach balls that look like Easter eggs.
It's true.
It is
That's
true.
less magical.
But you can still get that kitchen sink at Beaches and Cream.
That's pretty
Sans
magical.
pineapple.
Not for her when she had it, but
Well, now
I'm fine now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's good now.
She's
It was a
fine
phase, and
She
it's
made
good
it.
now.
She made it through. We all have to face down our demons one way or another. And McKenna decided to face her chocolate allergy head on by eating the kitchen sink, and she survived.
I survived, and I'm better now.
she basically passed out.
She did.
But in a fun way, it was fine.
Yeah.
Why doesn't that happen to me with pineapple? Like,
It's
why?
a different kind of allergy. All
Yeah, I wish
allergies are
we'd grow
different.
out of it because then we could enjoy Dole Whips and
I can't eat it
Dole
at
Whip
all.
would come together. That would be perfect.
I want to. I want to try Dole Whip. I want to try it with rum, but I don't feel
Want your
like
throat
I
to
want to
close
not
up.
breathe.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Breathing's
I hear
essential.
breathing's important.
It is.
It's because like allergies are caused by errors, and errors like on a computer are always pretty like different from each other and hard to fix.
Thanks, Garrett.
That's pretty deep.
I was just trying to say why I thought every allergy's different.
No, I think it's amazing. I'm really glad we're sending you to an IT high school.
It's a good analogy.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
you're
like
putting it in your words. So it was just funny.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Garrett, you're the future.
I'm not.
All right. Well, I'm glad we could all agree on nothing tonight.
Yay, we did it.
Well, it's the internet. What did you expect?
It's true. But this has been a lot of fun. And as we knew, this topic was larger than just a couple of minutes and a quick answer. There's a lot going on, a lot to consider. And I think that's what you can really take away from this is every resort is somebody's favorite. I'm positive of that.
Yeah.
And for one reason or another. So, and it could be you stayed there as a child and you've got some nostalgia for it, or it could be you really love the lounge and that's where you want to hang out.
And by the way, if you're someone who loves all-star sports, please let me know because I feel like you're an anomaly.
Also, if the Riviera was like part of this, that would be my favorite.
It's in the deluxe villa category.
I haven't seen the review. I have never. Have you been in?
We went in.
You guys went in?
Yeah, we went
Yes.
to the Riviera.
I don't think I did.
felt like
Yes, you did. We went to Topolino's.
Oh, that's so pretty.
I felt like I
Right.
definitely didn't belong there. For one, because we didn't have a room, but also it felt like it was just like so luxurious and stuff.
It is pretty.
That was me when we went into the Grand Floridian on our monorail bar crawl. I legit asked Frank, he's like, we're cool at being in here, right? Yeah.
As long as you buy those old fashions for
Oh, yeah.
$40, you're good.
And that I did.
Yeah.
They were so good.
I do feel a bit out of place in the Grand
Oh,
Floridian.
that place is way too fancy. Like maybe too fancy for me.
It's so nice, but I just feel like when you go in there, if you're not wearing like a polo and khakis, they're going to look at you and judge you
need
a
to
bit.
come in riding.
They don't.
A horse or something playing polo.
They don't judge you at all. I just feel that way because it's so nice.
Well, we went after running around one day with some friends, and we went to the Beauty and the Beast lounge.
Enchanted Rose.
Yep. And
That place is awesome.
I went to the bathroom and I was wearing like a Star Wars t-shirt and jean shorts, and this lady like comes out, she's wearing this really pretty dress, and I was like, oh my god, you look so pretty, and she goes, you too. And I was like, shut up.
Yeah. Well, Garrett, you brought up the topic of Riviera, which we didn't talk about deluxe villas, but for our DVC members that are here on the call tonight, are there any deluxe villas that you feel like you would say? I mean, I think Bay Lake Tower for sure for Nick because he put in a big endorsement there, but any others that you feel like are up there?
The one at the Polynesian is really nice. It's got 2 bathrooms, so that's really nice for getting ready in the mornings.
Yeah, for sure.
And same with Saratoga. They've renovated a lot of those rooms recently, which we haven't stayed in a while, but it's really, really pretty. And we did a resort tour of Riviera and got to see a bunch of the rooms, and they were all beautiful.
Yeah. It's a very pretty place.
And
Yeah.
we went to like really high up, and that was crazy. It's tall.
Yeah, we went to that restaurant, Topolino. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, it
Went
was
out on the
awesome.
balcony, and just the views from up there were amazing. Well, as we said, I think that people have all kinds of different reasons for having favorite resorts, but I hope that this maybe helps some people to zero in on some, like if they're planning whenever things start opening back up again, they're trying to plan a trip to the Walt Disney World Resort and maybe they don't know exactly where to stay. Hopefully this gives you a few ideas.
Or they could call Nick.
They could call Nick. Nick could help you with that. And he can tell you why you should stay at the Poly every single time.
Right. You got it. I specialize in booking those bungalow resorts. So come on over. I get you right in there.
Yeah. But let's do a little round of plugs here so people know where they can find everybody. So let's start with Allison. She's on Twitter, at WDW Minibar, MINNIE Minibar. But you're right, it is a play on a minibar.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, like when I first read it, I thought it was like just twisting like a Mickey Premium bar.
You didn't.
I really did.
The first
I didn't
thing
even
I
think of that. I was just like, I like to drink and like
The
a mini
first-
bar in my house.
the
And
first
see, I
thing
thought it was like
of,
the mini bar that would be in your house.
whenever I heard that name was like mini bar.
That's because you like to drink all the time, Garrett, and that's always on your mind.
Oh my God.
I'm just teasing. It's a joke.
I know.
Yep. And then Nick, you can find him on Twitter. He's at TTA_team_lead. He's also at capturethemagicvacations.com/Nick-Salcedo. Oh, no, I missed something. There's an agent in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Nick.Salcedo, SALCEDO, and that's at CTMBagent.com.
Yeah.
Or you can just put my name, Nick.Salcedo, at capturethemagicvacations.com, the whole thing.
Yeah. And there's a web address too. You can click on our website. We've got a banner. So if you visit MondayMorningMonorailPodcast.com, Nick's got his very own banner right at the top of the page, and that's how you can get in touch with him, and he'll help you book those bungalows. Landon, I know you like to sing your song, so I'm going to let you do that now.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. LANDOZ, please go follow me. Landon Doane, I'm the best. Landon Doane, not the rest. And so you can follow me 280 characters at a time on the Twitters. I also on our website, buttmunchchips.com, buttmunchchips.
Sit on your butt and munch.
And funnily enough, that website got to play on the Bob Yarborough show on News Talk 98.7 WOKI this past Friday. So that was weird. But in lieu of going to that radio station, I invite you to search for the R&D Project in the iTunes store, where you can find myself and Will Rabb bringing you our latest episodes on the world at large and also the professional wrestling. Because, sure, why not?
Why not? That's the question, everybody. Why not?
And I'm also on the Phil Show on News Talk 98.7 WOKI radio station locally here in Knoxville, Tennessee, 6 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, streaming worldwide at newstalk987.com. Also available in the iHeartRadio app. We are also smart device enabled. So if you say Google or I'm not going to say it because otherwise it would trigger mine. That play News Talk 987. Boom, lo and behold, you can hear whatever is on our radio station. So
Nice.
there's that.
I'm at work. Still.
At work.
It is time to social distance at work. That's what I do.
That's because you're essential and you're a leader.
No, I'm essential.
Essential.
Oh, like italics?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Ooh, let's make a new perfume and call it Essential.
I'm pretty sure that's already a perfume.
It probably is.
It's essential.
But the commercial could just be your mom going, Essential.
Do I say it that way?
That's what you just did.
Yeah.
Essential.
We are at Morning Monorail on Twitter, or Monday Morning Monorail everywhere else. You can email us mondaymorningmonorail@gmail.com and visit our website, because that's where the banner for Nick is, mondaymorningmonorailpodcast.com. Garrett, where are you at?
What's even the point?
Okay. You're right.
It's all changing soon, so there's no point in saying anything because it's about to change.
Changes to come for the Gummy Bear games. Gummy games. Gummy
No,
Boy.
Gummy Bear
Gummy
games.
Boy games.
Ooh.
No, I mean, that's the
I'm talking about the
handle.
YouTube
I
thing.
just couldn't change the handle because I've said it so many times on the podcast.
Well, you can change it now because people
I'm
are
changing
still
it
listening.
now.
So Garrett's going to clear up the confusion. He'll have a whole new handle
Something
soon.
about skeletons.
He'll unveil it right here on this very podcast. So stay tuned for that.
A chicken skeleton nugget.
No. Mm-mm. Nothing about chicken nuggets.
No more nuggets. Nuggets
I'm
are
still gonna
over.
say that on the podcast.
Oh, I thought nuggets were like
we're,
so
we're
last
still
year.
on the podcast, dude. Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah. So, all right. Thanks everybody for listening. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy, and have a magical week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for riding with us today. We hope you enjoyed the journey, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, we want to hear from you. Send us questions, comments, and suggestions on Twitter at Morning Monorail. Our email address is mondaymorningmonorail@gmail.com. You can also call our voicemail at 407-917-2144. As we approach the station, gather your belongings and please watch your step as you exit.
See y'all real soon.